Welcome back to our kitchen. I'm Jenny and this is Casey and we're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. Today we are turning French onion soup into a meal.
Yes, we are. We're making French onion smothered pork chops.
Oh my goodness, so good.
I love this recipe because pork isn't something it's not on my normal rotation of meals.
Right.
So I love learning this way of eating it, especially with French onion.
Yes, we are both huge fans of French onion soup. So let's get started with one of my favorite parts, the caramelized onions. We have the onions cooking in the skillet with some olive oil and butter, and they are nice and soft. This took about 5 minutes to get to this point. So I'm going to go ahead now and add in a little bit of beef stock and continue cooking until they are nice and caramelized. It'll take about 15 more minutes.
Yes, so while those are cooking, I'm going to season our pork chops. Today the pork chops that we're using are center cut bone-in pork chops. You can get them right in our meat department. So I'm just going to season them with some salt, some pepper, pretty simple, and some thyme. This is thyme that we've got from our produce department. It's fresh thyme, and we've just taken those leaves off of the stems and chopped them a little bit.
It's so fragrant.
That's it, yep.
All right, so these onions need a little more time to caramelize. Okay, these onions look beautiful.
Those look amazing. They smell great too.
Yes. All right, so we're gonna get these out of this pan because this is a one-pan meal. So let's move these onions into a bowl.
Yep.
Team effort, the skillet is heavy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh.
So caramelized onions are definitely a labor of love, but I think 100% worth the time it takes.
Yes. Oh,
there's so much flavor.
There is a whole new level of flavor with the caramelization.
Awesome. Thank you, Casey. So I'm going to turn up this heat and get our pork chops into the pan.
Yes, so Jenny's gonna stick them in the pan. The important thing with this is once you put them in the pan, don't move them around. If you keep them in the same place, that helps to make sure that they get a really nice sear and a nice brown crust, which is so delicious, especially with those French onion flavors. That goes really well. So keep them, let them stay put while they're cooking.
It'll take about 4 minutes per side. All right, so these look like they are good to go. So
oh my gosh.
Get them out of this plate.
Those are so beautiful on top. Oh, I love that sear. That smells amazing too.
These are big pork chops.
Yes. Yes, they are. We'll definitely feed a crowd. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why I created a tower of pork chops.
I like it. It's artsy.
All right, so I'm going to turn the heat down to medium and then get these caramelized onions back in the pan, making sure to get any juices that might be in there into the pan. Thank you. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of flour.
That flour is going to help when we do get a little bit more juices in there to really thicken it up. So we get a really nice thick sauce / gravy to go with our pork chops.
So good. Okay, so that's nice and combined. And now I'm going to get the rest of this beef stock in.
Yes.
And give it a stir and then bring all of this to a simmer. So that didn't take long at all.
There it is.
The nice thing about cast iron pans is that they get very hot and stay hot.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
That's for sure.
Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to get these pork chops in now. So back into the pan.
Yeah, there's a little choreography involved, but it's well worth it.
So nestling them in.
Like you're tucking them in.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh my gosh, those are so beautiful.
Slippery. Okay, I'm going to pick up the plate.
There you go. Sure.
And slide it in.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you. All right, now the next step is to top it with cheese. So we're using 2 types of cheese today. We have provolone and Gruyere.
Yes, so the Gruyere that we have is actually from a block. We took it and shredded it ourselves. Gruyere is kind of a more mild cheese. It reminds me a lot of Parmesan. It's got kind of that like nutty flavor.
So good. And these are like both really traditional French onion soup cheeses. If you don't like one of them, feel free to just use more of the other type.
Right. Or you could always substitute like a mozzarella or something similar if you needed.
I'm going to just tuck a few sprigs of fresh thyme in here.
Oh, pretty.
And now we're ready.
Yes, so
for the oven.
We're moving this to the oven. This is going to bake for about 8 minutes, or really just until those pork chops are all the way cooked through, so the internal temperature reaches about 145.
Okay.
Oh my
These
gosh.
look so good.
That looks so gourmet.
It does.
You did a really good, you did most of the work with that one, let's be honest, and you did a really good job.
It was a team effort.
Okay, so today we're serving our pork chops with mashed cauliflower. This is from our frozen department. It just comes frozen and we microwaved it. So it's kind of a fun alternative. But you could definitely serve this with like mashed potatoes instead.
Crusty bread.
Oh my gosh, bread would be really good because then you could soak up all those juices.
Yeah.
Yum.
Ooh. So when you're serving this, make sure that you, of course, get the pork chop on there, but then all that pan gravy too.
Oh yeah, you can't let that go to waste
thank
because there's so many great flavors
So
involved
much
with that
goodness.
too.
Yum.
Whew, okay, this is gonna be delicious.
Yeah.
Let's give this a try. Oh my gosh. That tastes like something you would get at a fancy restaurant.
Yes, this is so good. I love it.
Yes.
Well, we hope you cozy up to this delicious dish.
And to get this recipe on your phone, text PORK to 78402.
And for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit festfoods.com.